Chapter 6. As she ventured further down the desolate street, the chilling sound of the unknown grew louder and more menacing. Despite the fear creeping up her spine, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was on the right path. The dimly lit Las Vegas Strip seemed to be watching her every move as she neared the towering Eiffel Tower replica. Suddenly, her heart skipped a beat as she caught sight of a shadowy figure standing on the platform of the tower. The figure appeared to be a hybrid of a man and a wolf, its eyes glowing in the darkness like two fiery orbs. The moonlight cast an eerie glow behind the creature, making it seem like a sinister guardian of the night. Frozen in terror, she couldn't tear her gaze away from the wolf-like being. The air around her grew colder, and a sense of dread washed over her. She knew she had stumbled upon something otherworldly and malevolent, something that should have remained hidden in the shadows. The shadowy silhouette contorted its body, contorting its spine in an unnatural way, emitting a blood-curdling howl that reverberated through the darkness, sending shivers down her spine. Samara slammed on the brakes of her motorcycle, the screeching tires echoing in the eerie silence of the night, as she frantically tore off her helmet, clutching her head in agony, trying to block out the horrifying sound assaulting her senses. The eerie silence replaced the haunting howls, and in an instant, the wolf's piercing gaze locked onto Samara's trembling form. It was as if the creature possessed an uncanny awareness of her presence, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly intensity. The air grew heavy with an impending sense of danger as the wolf crouched low, its muscles coiled like a tightly wound spring, hinting at an imminent attack. Samara's heart raced, her every instinct screaming at her to flee, but she found herself paralyzed, unable to tear her gaze away from the menacing predator. The creature lurched forward with a sudden burst of energy, launching itself off the edge of the platform and hurtling towards the ground below. Its movements were swift and calculated, showing no signs of hesitation or fear as it descended towards the earth. The predator's eyes gleamed with a sinister hunger, its body poised for the impending strike upon impact. The sheer audacity and lack of concern for the perilous drop only added to the terror of its approach. As the wolf-like figure rose onto its hind legs, a chilling presence descended upon onlookers, its eyes piercing through the pouring rain with a sinister gleam. Standing an astonishing 10 feet tall, it loomed over the surroundings like a harbinger of darkness, its fur glistening with the drenching rain, enhancing its predatory aura. This towering beast, a blend of ferocity and grace, seemed like a creature out of folklore, a haunting reminder of the untamed wilderness that lurks within us all. With each step, it exuded an otherworldly energy, a hypnotic dance of strength and primal instinct that left a shiver in its wake. Truly, in that moment, the line between reality and myth blurred, and all who witnessed the wolf's majestic presence were left in awe of its raw power and mystique. A blood-curdling scream echoed through the darkness, sending shivers down the spines of all who heard it. The creature let out a piercing howl, signaling its impending attack on its unsuspecting prey. As it prepared to strike, its eyes locked onto a helpless man standing to its right, a look of terror etched on his face. With lightning speed, the beast lunged forward, knocking the man to the ground with a sickening thud. The man's screams were drowned out by the sound of the creature's growls as it sank its sharp teeth into his throat, drawing blood with each vicious bite. The scene was a nightmare come to life, a gruesome display of primal instinct and unbridled savagery. The man's struggles were futile as the creature's grip tightened, sealing his fate in a macabre dance of death. Samara's heart pounded in her chest as she watched in sheer horror, her eyes widening in disbelief as a monstrous werewolf emerged before her very eyes. Its snarling jaws dripping with a combination of saliva and blood. Without a second thought, she reached for the cold metal of her pistol, feeling the weight of it in her trembling hand. With a steady aim, she pointed the gun at the creature's looming figure, the moonlight casting an eerie glow on its fur. The sound of gunshots echoed through the night as she pulled the trigger, each bullet finding its mark on the beast's flesh, causing it to howl in pain and rage. The adrenaline pumping through her veins, Samara stood her ground, determined to survive the encounter with the supernatural threat that now lay wounded at her feet. As the creature laid there at her feet, barely breathing, a chilling silence enveloped the room, broken only by the faint sounds of its agonizing breaths. The bullets, laced with her father's blood, coursed through the veins of the supernatural being, triggering a reaction like no other. Its howling screams pierced the air, a symphony of agony echoing through the chamber as if acid rain fell upon its very essence. The beast convulsed, contorting in a macabre dance of suffering, a haunting reminder of the cruel fate that befell it. In that moment, it was as if the nightmare itself had taken form, a ghastly spectacle that left them frozen in awe and terror. And as the creature writhed in torment, she couldn't help but ponder the bitter irony of life's twisted tapestry, where even the most fearsome of monsters could be brought to their knees by the very essence that gave them power. Truly, in that particular spot on the Las Vegas Strip, right in front of the towering Eiffel Tower replica, amidst the chaos and despair, reality unraveled, revealing the fragility of strength and the depths of pain that lurked beneath the surface of all things.